Sup guys, Heeking here, bringing you a preview basically, or discussion regarding, Resident Evil 2 Remake. So, for those of you who don't know, if you go on RelyonHorror right now, apparently there's a source with some information regarding the remake. Now, RelyonHorror for the most part is, I'd say 99% accurate with information. Most of the time they are very much accurate and they don't make up shit like most people do. So I like to think they know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to the remake here. But apparently they have a source that has revealed certain things to them. But yeah, we'll go through that right now. So, okay, let's get reading into this then. You know what? I think I'll read the whole article for you guys. So, Capcom has been playing its cards to this chest. Obviously, they've been playing it to their chest and not revealing jack shit about Resident Evil 2 Remake at all. But apparently, their source is of the opinion that it's going to be revealed at E3 next month. I believe it will be, because Capcom did come out and say that they have... I don't want to do the piece or backwards side. They have two major titles that will be released between then and March 2019. So between those points, between now and then, there's going to be two major titles being released. Now, one of those titles is rumored to be Devil May Cry 5. I don't personally give a crap. I don't like the Devil May Cry series. Eat me, whatever. I tried playing it. I couldn't get into it. Though Dante is an awesome character, so it kind of makes me sad I couldn't get into those games. And then, of course, the other one is rumored to be Resident Evil 2 Remake, which makes a lot of sense because this is the 20th anniversary of Resident Evil 2. What better time to announce the game than in the 20th year since it came out, and to have it released early next year? Like, that would be a good time to do it. So yeah, that is the assumption. But again, this is only a rumor that this guy said. So again, take it with a grain of salt. As always, take a rumor with a grain of salt. It could be true, it might not be true. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. In the end, it depends on luck. If it's true, you know the source was being legit. If it's not, then either they got the information wrong or they were just chatting shit. That's usually how it works. But yeah, according to their source, the Resident Evil 2 Remake will run on the RE engine, which was expected. This was the engine that Capcom made for Resident Evil 7, and obviously it's the engine they would most certainly use for any of their future games. But yeah, apparently they're aiming for a solid 30 frames per second at 1080p. On a standard PS4 and 60 frames per second at native 4K on a PS4 Pro. Seriously, I feel like I want to get a PS4 Pro now, just because I would love to play these games with the awesome graphics. Graphics aren't everything to me anyway, but it just makes it visually more appealing, to be honest. So I don't know, I'm just one of those guys who's like, I would really like a Pro now at this point. But yeah, apparently they're saying that this is going to be the most good looking title that they've made, and it's going to look as good as God of War 4 apparently, and God of War 4 was amazing. I mean, holy crap, the visuals on that were outstanding. So if Resident Evil 2 Remake can look as good as that would be amazing. And Resident Evil 7 looked great, to be honest. It looked great for what it was. So an improvement on the engine to make it even look better, that, you know, I can believe that if they're really trying hard to make it look like that. And it also goes to show that they're not just making a remake for remake's sake. They are trying to make a good bloody standalone game by itself. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a remastered or whatever. They really want to make this game shine, if it's true. So yeah, again, it does explain the whole photogrammy scanning like Resident Evil 7 did. And apparently Capcom did take note of the massive confusion that fans had with Chris's look in Resident Evil 7. So they don't want to do the same mistake. They don't want to make the character look like the actor. My assumption was that if they do use the engine, they were going to make the characters look very different. But apparently this is saying here that they're not going to do that. They're going to try and make the characters look like the original counterparts that we know and love, and not look so different. I still think that there's going to be some slight differences, because it does mention here that Claire is going to be wearing a different outfit to sort of modernize her a bit and make her look more realistic in terms of the setting that it's going to be in. So that's going to be interesting to see. But as long as the faces in that look similar, I don't think a lot of people will have things to complain about. And then of course there's the perspective. So a lot of people at the moment are arguing, wondering whether this game's going to be first person or third person or over the shoulder view or etc, etc. Well, it's not going to be first person. That's pretty much bloody obvious. Just because RE7 did it doesn't mean RE2 Remake's going to do that. No, nobody wants to see a RE2 Remake being first person. That's not going to happen. But apparently it's going to be over the shoulder view, which makes sense. Again, guys, they invited the people, the developers who were making the fan version of RE2 Remake to their studios, and they were making it over the shoulder view. So it makes sense that it's going to be over the shoulder view. However, this says that it might be a mix of camera angles and over the shoulder. So apparently, maybe it's going to be like, I think it's going to be like Revelations 1 from on the DS, where it was a third person view, but every time you aimed your gun it would go into first person. Or it's going to be like the original Resident Evil 4, if you remember that, the original Hookman version or whatever, where it was camera angles, but I think when you aimed it would go into an over shoulder view. So I think it's going to be like that, which would be great actually. You know, you get your first person angles, but when you're in combat, boom, third person view. That's cool. I can live with that actually. You're getting the best of both worlds essentially. But yeah, overall, it also mentions that the areas are going to be bigger, Raccoon City is going to be bigger, there's going to be more added elements, you're going to get both a Leon and Claire campaign, but they're going to be longer, and there's going to be more original new content and areas than the original game. So as expected, a longer, better game then. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the overall gist of this article and its source. I'm going to put that down now because my legs are hurting and my bladder's hurting, damn. Anyway guys, I'm going to go now because I seriously need to take a fucking shit now. As always guys, like and subscribe wherever, and I shall see you when I shall see you. Hopefully this news is somewhat accurate and we'll get news on RE2 at E3 2018 next month. Looking definitely forward to it. Can't wait. Fingers crossed that this is the year we finally get it. And yeah, like I said, as always, like and subscribe wherever, and I shall see you when I shall see you. Take care and bye.